What is up, guys? Mcdoubles back again with a brand new episode, and today we're going to be playing Happiness, our demon hybrid, once again. As you can see, our armor looks a little bit weird, and this is definitely not a transmog. We have some pretty awesome PvP fights in this video and make quite a bit of progress, so I hope you guys enjoy. Let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and I redid my spec a little bit, and I think I've got a pretty decent framework for where I need to be with this. So we went 21 points into the demonology tree. So here's exactly what we chose. We have improved imp, master demonologists, demonic tactics, improved demonic tactics, and then we have demonic pact, and all of these basically are making my imp stronger, making my imp crit more, and then giving me a bit of a boon, maybe extra crit. Like with demonic tactics, I gain 5% crit. Master demonologist gives me another 5% crit with fire spells. Now I also have in the destruction warlock tree 2 points in demonic power, again to make my imp even better, so we're just revolving around having a demon. And then if we go over into the enhancement shaman tree, I have 3 points in maelstrom weapon in order to get off those instant cast fireballs, 5 in mental quickness for that increased spell power, and then we're going to have 3 in protection paladin for that increase in spell power as well that comes from our strength. But what we're going to do is go ahead and grab level 58 so we can put on this PvP gear, immediately hearth back, and then we're going to go ahead and look at it and see what exactly we can do. And since I have track humanoids on, I don't really have to worry about anybody ganking me. Okay, this puts us at 1122 AP and 348 bonus damage. That's pretty crazy. We do actually have 3 out of 3 mental quickness with these set pieces from previous playthroughs on this character, so that's definitely doing us a lot of good right now. Also, I'm going to go ahead and keep on my Embrace of the Lycan. If you look at my attack power right here, it's only going to change by 2. Overall, yes, I am losing resilience, but I also am taking a chance when I'm going out into the wild right now on this character, and if I do die, I would like to lose as little PvP gear as possible, even if it is the cheap kind, so I'm going to keep the helmet in here for now. What I would like to do is find a 1v1, a level 58 1v1. Those are really fun, and obviously the reward is level 60. You see, the thing is, I'm pretty confident I am going to reset this character, but I would like to test a little bit more and for a little bit longer in this iteration. Look, there's a lot of things wrong with this build. Number one, we never had the talents to really make smite work. I mean, it's just not there. You can't really make it work and feel like it's worth it without gimping other parts of your build. We also have very little sustain. We only have the Divine Shield. We only have Gouge for CC. We have weird stuff like Tidal Force, and Abolish Poison is okay, but there are better things to use to cleanse things off of you with. But, you know, we never did get the Fire Blast. We're kind of relying on weird wonky things like Arcane Shot and Flame Shock with this build, and the Shock is not as bad. So I'm just looking for people right now. This is actually a really good spot to be when you're waiting for people to drop. And that's because people do tend to drop in this general area, but you can still see them with track humanoids basically in all spots that they'd want to be. So I might just chill here for a bit. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is put this gear in my bank so I have it for future playthroughs, and then I'm going to come back and start hunting again. Maybe we'll try a different part of Winter Spring. Yep, that's precisely what I thought. I watched this guy leave spawn, and I knew what level he was, and I had a feeling I might know exactly where he's going on the map as well, and I did. Oh my god, I was just looking around everywhere, guys. I was just looking everywhere, and apparently fights are happening at the Winterfall Village. Okay, I'm going to check the Winterfall Village in this little area, the Timber Maw post. I literally saw his name on the minimap. He could not have gotten far, and I'm pretty confident he didn't have a mount. Most people don't. I really need to get a mount. That's going to be the thing I need to not forget. I have to hit 60, go straight to Ratchet, go through the hoops, and hopefully get a mount. Alright, I'm pulling up on the village, but it looks like nobody's here. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where that guy went. Absolutely no idea. Okay, a 903 fireball, no crit. That's not terrible. Only 5% damage reduction on players. Maybe 10% now, actually, with Maelstrom Weapon. I mean, that can chunk somebody if it crits. Oh, look, 1425. Alright, guys, so I definitely want to die, so I'm going to have to find somebody to 1v1 real quick. But before we do that, we need to pick some level 60 talents. So if I go with Titan's Grip, all damage I deal is reduced by 13%. However, I get another weapon and all the attack power that comes with it. Yeah, just putting on one Great Axe of the Ebon Blade seems to be worth about 300 attack power. You know what, let's just try it. There's nothing wrong with just, you know what, experimenting. So let's go Titan's Grip for sure. So that's going to be 2 Axes of the Ebon Blade with Rockbiter weapon. And now the other thing I know I probably want is Rampage, and that's because Rampage is not only going to increase my crit, but it's going to increase the crit of my pet as well. So I think that could be a pretty decent one to go with. Really cool. So we're at 1432 AP. That's about what we suspected we would be at. We have 25% crit chance, and then with spells, it looks like we have about 17 because we have 5% crit for fire spells as well. Actually, it looks like it's 18.32% with fire spells. So the build I'm using is exactly what I showed you guys before, and it looks like the way that I'm going to have to do things is spending my combo points on Rupture. It's just something to spend them on. I'm not going to prioritize it. We're going to go in for the Arcane Shot ASAP, keep the Flame Shock up, and then just go for the Spam Fireball every time we get a Maelstrom proc. And we just have to hope that the Imp is enough, right? And that our damage is just overwhelming. Because we do have the counter spell, so we can definitely fight back if they have a heal or more sustain. But if they're doing like some kind of hot build, that's going to be really difficult because we don't have a purge. What I'm going to do though is just put everything in the stamina. It just seems safer, right? Yeah, we lose some AP, but I think at the end of the day, the health is going to be what wins me the game. We have that residual damage from our imp, and I think that's going to be good enough. One talent I want that I wasn't able to find the points for is actually Demonic Knowledge. Now this increases my spell damage by an amount equal to 9% of my total active demon's stamina plus intellect. So if we take a look at that right now on the top left, you'll see that my demon has 204 stamina and 284 intellect. So that's about 50 spell power between the two of them. Well, I wonder if it actually beats out my Touched by the Light. I mean, if I can't have both of them, I should probably still just go for the one that's better. And if I actually go with more stamina over strength, 15% of my strength actually is half as much as what I'm getting from the other talent. So yeah, it would be much better for me to actually get rid of Touched by the Light and go with Demonic Knowledge. So as a point of comparison, it's a little bit closer than I thought, but this talent does actually beat it out. If we go full into strength still like we were before, we have about 338 bonus damage. But we're actually going to go 150 into stamina for at least any of the 1v1s coming up. This puts us at about 7,200 health, which I think is going to be good enough. Because you have to remember, that's actually with the blood packed up, so that's not as much as you would think. And really all of this is just for testing purposes, so that eventually we can know exactly what to do in a future run when we get a better build. Okay, so we have a fight. Southern Desolace, Manarok Coven, that's where we're meeting. We have a very similar gear level. Oh, I don't have my imp, though. I have to make sure I land in a place to where I can summon my imp. That would be devastating. I can actually land on top of this building, though. And I have slow fall. Oh, but my imp does not. We'll land right here. Because I have to take time to eat as well. Okay, apparently they're a rogue. They have invis. So it's going to be a pretty weird start. We also have weird stuff like Icy Veins, but that might actually be good if they have kick. We might be able to get off some pretty good heals. Make sure we have the Aspect of the Monkey up and the Dampen Magic. Right, just letting them know where we are. Oh, there she is. There she is. Okay. There's a Legion Cache in the water I'm going to get next time on my next playthrough. Alright, let's do this. Alright, there's the Arcane Shot. Going in for the Sinister Strikes. Need to get that Flame Shock up sooner, actually. Alright, going for the Lesser Healing Waves. Alright. Hammer of Justice. Divine Shield. Sinister Strike dead. GG. Didn't have to use a potion, so that's nice, but we did have to pop defensives. Pretty decent gear off that as well. That's a PvP set. GG. Yeah, we definitely, that was a bit of a weird panic mode. Her damage was great, and we were basically carried by that Divine Shield. It's hard to say, but I think it's what did it. However, I do think if I had played better, the build does win there. It was hard to tell whether or not the Imp was what was doing the majority of the damage. I feel like it didn't, which is a bit disappointing. However, I wonder for future builds if I could always go with the Felguard if I do end up getting Drain Soul or Shadow Burn. That could actually be better than the Imp long term. And I still benefit from all the same talents, but in some cases, even more. Like, look at this. For the Felguard, if you have Master Demonologist, instead of getting 5% increased fire damage and 5% increased crit, I just get a straight up 5% damage buff, and I reduce all my damage taken by 5% as well. We did actually get some upgrades we can put on, so we can go ahead and put on this Bloody Highlander's Plate Girdle. That's a pretty decent upgrade that we got. Cool, we have a Bloody Protector's Band and a normal Protector's Band, so that's 2 of the level 48 rings. Very, wow, this person had actually pretty good gear compared to me. There's a lot of upgrades here. So we have the Bloody Sergeant's Major's Plate Wrist Guards. That's very nice to have. Look at that, guys, the Crusader. Oh, yes, I don't know if that's the enchant or the RE, but guess what? We're about to find out, guys. We are about to find out. So I just have to find a... Actually, no, I don't have to find one. I have a Mystic Altar. So before I do anything, I need to go ahead and put all of this gear in my bank because all of it's really worth keeping. I have no idea when I'm going to use it, but I have a pretty good idea that I will use it at some point. I also need 7 more gold for another purchasable bag slot, and I definitely need that bag slot. I'm going to get rid of these brown satchels because honestly I can just get better ones and just spend souls on them. Alright, so I'm going to sell everything in my inventory, and I think we're going to go ahead and grab a mount. I'm just going to take that risk and go for it. It just seems like the right thing to do right now. We definitely need it, and we're not going to have another opportunity if we die. So we're going to drop into Eastern Ashenvale and then just run. I think that's the easiest way because every other way that you can get close I think would actually make you die to guards. I am incredibly interested in using Felguard as my main demon with Imp as a backup, I guess you could say. Because I do think that I wouldn't have to change anything about the way the build plays. I would just have a stronger companion. Because it turns out the Imp, while good, could definitely be better. And I think by being better, I basically mean he could be Felguard. Although maybe I'm underestimating him just because I didn't notice what he did in that last fight. Doesn't mean he didn't do as much as he should be doing, or as much as I expected him to do. I guess the only real bad part about using the Imp is that it's honestly incredibly buggy. I'm hoping not all pets are this buggy and it's just an Imp thing. Because everybody that's played Ascension knows that Imp has a weird bug with their Blood Pact and with their Fire Shield. But it also just has weird behaviors. Like for some reason it just stood back there and I had to actually command it to follow me again for no reason. Even though as you can see it's on follow and it's on defensive. I didn't even realize it was called a Soulstone for Fel-Touched mode. I'm going to start calling it a Soulstone all the time. But anyway, I'm going to head on my way to Ratchet. So wait a second, can I convert my gear into bloody versions? Do they sell bloody jars for Fel-Touched characters? I think I looked for them once and I didn't find them. So I just assumed they didn't exist, or maybe, yeah, maybe you have to go to a neutral zone. I think thematically speaking, you shouldn't be able to, and I'm pretty sure you can't. But I think that just for gameplay reasons, we probably should be able to, as well as queuing for BGs. In fact, it might actually liven up the leveling experience if Fel-Touched could queue for BGs, because I could see them definitely doing that, especially if they allow Fel-Touched characters to lock their XP, creating a twink bracket of Fel-Touched characters who level incredibly fast and have a unique way to get gear of varying different power levels, but across all levels, right? And that's the point. It's actually a really brilliant idea, and I really hope that somebody tells them about it. So you guys need to go to their Discord and say, hey, let Fel-Touched characters in a future update lock their XP. Yeah, I would literally play that forever. It would be so fun. You could experience the level 40 twink mode, 30 and 20, but here's the thing, it's random abilities, so you're not always going to have the best stuff. There would be metas where like the pacifier is the best weapon, you know, between 30 and 39 maybe. Every single kill in, oh my god, just imagine that every kill you got would be so spectacular, because you'd have a whole nother idea of what good gear is, and every twink would have pretty good gear due to the nature of the Fel-Touched system. You know, I said I wasn't going to talk on my way there, and honestly, as I was talking, I just realized that it's still going to take an incredibly long time before I arrive. But that is such a good idea, so definitely press for that. Yeah, I'll back it up 100%. It's a brilliant idea. I truly do believe that. Okay, we're getting closer and closer, though. Haven't encountered anybody, so that's a good thing, because if somebody does see me, they're going to tell every single other person, and then everybody's going to get on their Nax gear mains, and they're going to come and camp me for days. Well, you can't camp a Fel-Touched character, but you know what I'm saying. Look at that. That is so fun, so satisfying. I forgot that we still need to save up honor for the weapons. That's another 64,000 honor. So that's like maybe 6 quests. Also, I went ahead and took off my track humanoids for that fight because I clearly don't need the track humanoids in a 1v1. So I put on the Lieutenant Commander's Dragonhide Shroud, so I don't know if anybody's on my map. So if you guys have been looking up there to see if anybody's appearing, it's not working. Alright, so we're about to roll up on Ratchet. Maybe we can actually dodge the guards this time. Wouldn't that be nice? And they say slow fall isn't worth it. Literally the best 1 AE ability you can get. So I'm definitely going to have to kill some of these guards. Okay, maybe we're fine. I mean, there's another guard there, but it might not attack me. What do you need? Oh my god, it's working. Oh my god, it's working. Oh, now the guards are attacking me. Alright, let's get out of here. Can I hearth? Can I bubble soulstone? I definitely want to. Let's go ahead and use my Hearthstone, but I think we're actually... Oh my god, we are. We're literally missing Empowered Imp. How do you fit everything? So Empowered Imp actually increases the damage done by my Imp by 30%. It's still not that much, maybe boosting it in the mid 300s. And I totally forgot I wanted to go Soul Link, so Yeah, I actually cannot wait to reset this character. I think it's actually time. Now that we've gotten our mount, that's a huge hurdle. It's definitely amazing to get it over with. But the only way I can do it is if I buy another bag. I have too much crap. Maybe I'll get rid of some of this junk. Okay guys, we have a bunch of junk on, and we're going to actually 1v1 a lucky person, and hopefully they beat us, and when they do, they'll get all of this random junk, and we can reset our character. Which means we can actually use more Hands of Fate if we need to as well to maybe adjust the build in some ways. But I'm just excited to be able to reset on them, use all these pieces of gear, get more quests done so that we can get closer to getting our weapons. And now that we've learned a little bit more about the build, maybe we need to figure out ways to incorporate either the Felguard into the build, or we need to learn which talents are going to be essential. Because if I can't even include a talent like Empowered Imp because I simply don't have the talent points, I'm not really sure what to do about that. Now see, this guy right here is actually playing a demon hybrid build as well, the exact same type as mine, but he's using the Felguard, which I definitely was thinking about. Cool concept. I really am curious how it's going for him. In fact, I want to see how it plays, so let's go ahead and ask him as well. Now, he's definitely going to slaughter me because I'm not wearing any gear at all. I'm actually going to go ahead and make sure I have that stamina. I don't want to get completely one-shot. If I'm going to put this in the video, I don't want to just get completely destroyed. Okay, so I found somebody. He actually says he's seen the videos, so this guy is genuinely a fresh 60. I think he just leveled up. He's literally just wearing quest gear. Has a pretty good weapon though, I'm not going to lie. He knows how to itemize though. It looks like he's actually a bit of a hybrid based on his necklace, but honestly he could just be wearing the necklace for stamina. Alright, so I'm going to meet this guy in Southern Winter Spring. I wish I had some kind of knockback ability, but I don't. Oh my god, but I wish I did. I legitimately don't have any knockbacks on this character, so hopefully he believes me, because I wouldn't believe me, honestly, but sometimes that's the power of YouTube, is that he will believe me. We just have to pray. Let's go ahead and make sure we have our imp out before he drops. I need to remember the grounding totem, actually. And we need to remember to put Rock Biter up. Alright guys, please remember the gear when you see the outcome of this. We're just trying to reset with a bang. That's the end of this video. It's resetting with a bang. And immediately at the end of this fight, whether I win or lose, the video will end. For no reason. Oh god, did he drop down there? We actually have a mount. He might not expect that. That could be kind of funny. We don't even have good potions. We just have the crappy version of the potions. And I'm definitely going to use it. I'm going to let him come to the bridge. Does he have a mount? It won't let me see. Alright, let's go in. Grounding totem right away. Going in for the sinister strikes. I guess we'll get off. Oh, we don't have a ranged weapon. Holy crap. That was bad. Alright, let's go ahead and come back here. Because if he's going to kite me, then I can definitely just go behind this real quick. I don't feel bad about it. Let's go for the charge. We don't have any way to slow him. And I'm going to come back here again. I keep going for an arcane shot that does not exist. My imp's actually kicking his ass. Alright, we're going to go for the charge. I'm going to go for the 360 no scope and dead. Oh, and now dead. Damn. Well, at least we got a bloody carapace spine crossbow, which is actually phenomenal. And look at this. If I wasn't paying attention, I'd be dead. And he's going to pretend like he didn't know I was here. Maybe he really didn't. I guess he's going to go farm demons.